Hello everyone. This redo of what Mama was re-Carnation of Rama one half. I know the first one was not very good, so I'm gonna retry this again. So I hope y'all like it. If y'all have any suggestions or any tips to help me get better, please don't hesitate to comment. Uh, other than that, let us begin. Okay, so Rama had married Kane. He lived a full life. So when he passed on, he met God, and then God had told him that since he was good in his previous life, he's gonna give him another chance. Now, Rama was excited. He was super excited to get another life. That means he could live a normal life without the curse. But then next thing you know, memories of Akane flashed to his head. And then he asked God, well, what about Akane? And God was like, well, what about her? He was like, God, I would love to reincarnate again, new life and a chance, but it really won't be nothing without Akane. God thought a minute, and he was like, okay, tell you what. In this new world I'm gonna resurrect you in, they're gonna have abilities called quirks, powers. And so what I can do is transfer you. In return for me giving Akane another life with you in the same world, you must take on that curse again. Now, Rama, he was somewhat disappointed, but for Akane, he will actually do anything, even though he will not admit it. So he said, okay, deal. So when Deku was born, he had, uh, Deku was born normally. He had pretty much a normal childhood until age 4, when he went to the quirk doctor. And when he went to the quirk doctor, the doctor was like, this is somewhat strange. As as Deku mother, Ingo, she's like, what is it? And as the doctor will be like, well, your son has a transformation quirk. As Deku looks so excited, he's like, really, what kind of transformation quirk I would have? And the doctor was like, well, that's the thing. Your transformation quirk is gender band. As Inko will look somewhat shocked, as Izuku will be more confused, not knowing what gender band is. And Doctor will explain, well, when splashed with cold water, you turn into a girl. But when splashed with hot water, you turn back to normal, to a boy. As Deku was somewhat shocked and somewhat embarrassed of such a quirk. Uh, as the day goes on, as Deku is on the computer watching the All Might video of him saving a whole lot of people. That's when Inko will come in and Izuku will be somewhat upset, but not fully, because technically he still have a quirk. He'll ask, Mom, can I still be a hero? And Inko, I'm going to try to make her the best mom possible, so she's going to be like, yes. Even though your quirk doesn't do much, that doesn't mean you cannot accomplish anything. So, starting tomorrow, I'm going to sign you up for martial arts class. Deku will be excited and said yes. And then, so, on the next day, when he went back to preschool, everybody asked him what his quirk was. Now, Izuku decided to keep his quirk a secret. So he will say, well, I'm quirkless. Now, you might wonder, why is he saying he's quirkless? Well, think about it. Will you admit that you had the ability to change into a girl with special cold water? Especially if you have some furry friends out there. Or some, Yeah, I won't be admitting that myself. I'm not gonna lie. So because of that, people actually make fun of him. But Deku, he did not care. Most because he's gonna have more confidence. So he started going taking martial art classes. He's learning all type of styles. He is planning to be the world's. He's planning to do like martial arts, kind of like how Rama did, of anything goes martial arts. Now, what I got from anything goes martial arts is pretty much fight any way possible. Pretty much learn all fighting skills, moves, and techniques. Having said that, over the years, Deku will slowly, well, not slowly, because um, his teachers will actually see him as a prodigy because he was very good. And the only reason he's very good is because almost past. They got something called muscle memory, I guess. Say. I'm going with that. I hope it's not too confusing. But yeah. So, uh, Izuku Deku starts to train up more, train up his muscles, train up his bones, pretty much. So what he would do, he would stand in front of a tree and punch it over and over and over again, about 100 times each. Then he'll go from tree to a wall, to a wall, to metal. That's pretty much it. And then he'll stick his, go like in front of this pot of sand and jab his finger in it, trying to make his finger strong. So what I'm trying to do is make it to the point where he's so strong that he can just break steel with his bare hands. That's what I'm going for with him. So years will pass, and over time the bully will die down, and that's because when someone try to pick on Deku will actually fight back, and they will see that while a quirk, he can still whoop their ass with people who does have quirk. Now, Kachan or Bakugo, he would still try to bully Deku, not gonna lie. But over time, it will stop because each time they fought, it would win some and lose some. So let's say they fought about, let's see, 100 times, knowing Bakugo will keep trying to prove his worth. So instead they fought 100 times. 50 of that time, he will have lost. The other 50, he will have won. So, like I said, it's 50-50 with them. So, they're not technically friends. Bakugo see them as equal. So, that's a thing. Sorry, just drinking some water. So, when middle school, by the end of the middle school, the teacher will walk in class with a sheet of paper, and he would ask the students, "Okay, so you're about to take a test to see what your high school career will be." As all the students were grown, then the teacher will smirk and throw the papers in the air and be like, "Just kidding. I know you all want to be heroes." That's when everybody's so excited, starting doing their own little thing, like that eyeball quirk guy who just grabs his eyeballs. Like, I think that's kind of weird, but. And that's when the Bakugo will be like, don't want me in with these losers. They'd be lucky to be psychic for a D-lister. As all the students will be mad at Bakugo, be like, "You think you're better than us, Katsuki?" As Bakugo will be like, "Yeah, I know I'm better. I can whoop your ass in a matter of seconds." As the teacher will look at Bakugo's sheet and be like, "Oh, you want to go to UA?" And Bakugo's like, "Yeah, that's the only school worth my time." As the teacher would look at Izuku's sheets, he'd be like, Izuku, you want to go to UA too, huh? As Izuku really won't care, he will be more looking at the window, not paying attention. As soon as Izuku hears the teacher say his name, Izuku will look up and be like, yeah, I want to go to UA. Why? As Bakugo will look over and be like, you shitty nerd. You cannot go to UA. I'm the only one worth for going to UA. Some of the students, one of the classmates, will look at Izuku and be like, well, technically, Izuku did beat you 50 times, Katsuki. What? Who said that? Bakugo said. Some of them will laugh. As the day will go by, as when the last bell rang, uh, Bakugo will get up and show his lackeys and follow him to Izuku's desk. As Bakugo will blow up Deku's notebook and saying, "Man, you better not go to UA. If you go, I'm gonna kill you." As Izuku will just look up and just smirk a bit. Yeah, whatever. As Bakugo will be upset and throw Izuku's notebook out the window as it lands in a pond. Now, Deku will be somewhat upset, but then smart, as he will get up, walk to the window, and jump off. As everybody will be shocked, and they will run to the window and see a big splash. As Izuku will forget, shit, there's a pond over here. As everybody will rush out of the class trying to get down to see if he was okay. By the time they reach to outside where the pond's at, nobody was there. Deku was already gone. So now, ignore that one. Okay, so now Deku had transformed to a girl. He did not want to be caught, so he's taking all the back alleys, um, trying to be sneaky. As Izuku's trying to wring out all that water from his hair. That's when he goes on under the bridge, and he sensed something was off. As he walked to the man cover, he jumps back. As soon as he jumps back, that's when the sludge villain will come up and try to take Deku's body. And Sludge villain will be like, ugh, kid, give me your body. I didn't know that freak was in town. Now, Deku is smart. He's smart, but he's mostly mischief. So when Deku heard the sludge villain saying that somebody was after him, he decided to act like a girl. No offense to to the girls out listening to this, but he's like, she's like, pervert, help me! There's a pervert after my body. And he said it so loud that All Might was able to hear this. So as soon as All Might heard this, he rushed even faster. And the sludge villain, he was like shocked. He was like, "What? No, I don't want your body. No, not that way." And the sludge villain was so confused and like dumbfounded. As the sludge villain was about to attack Deku, that's when All Might show up saying, "Have no fear, for I'm here." As he did a Delaware smash. As the sludge villain will go everywhere, and that's when All Might will turn back to female Deku. He'll be like, young ma'am, are you okay? And Izuku decided to play along, and he really doesn't know how to act like a girl, so he does what he sees in movies. Like, oh yes, my hero, blah blah blah, you're big and strong, and da 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 da. And all mine was like, like didn't know what to say, A girl never act like this in front of him, so he really doesn't know what to say. So Armand decides just go ahead and collect all the sludge in the villain, in the bottle. I'm sorry. So by the time Armand is finished, he's about to jump off, but Izuku had asked them, female Deku had asked him, Armand, can I be a hero? Now, only reason Armand didn't jump off, I assume it's because he did not waste extra time on trying to wake Deku. So those few extra minutes actually was able to giving Deku enough time to ask that question while Deku grabbing onto All Might's leg, causing him to drop the bottle. Anyways, so female Deku would ask All Might, can he be a hero? As All Might would ask, well, what's your quirk, young man? And Deku, he would still lie and be like, well, I'm quirkless. As All Might, he would be like, sorry, ma'am, but gotta be a little bit more realistic and be a police officer. You cannot be a hero this day and age without a quirk. Now, I'm gonna let y'all decide if y'all want him to have all for one or not. I personally don't want to give it to him, mostly because I don't know. I just don't want to give it to him for some reason. But if you want him to have all for one, then let me know, and then I'll give it to him. Gotta stay hydrated with water. So, All Might will jump off. The sludge villain will not escape. All Might will turn the sludge villain. And that's when Deku will finally reach home. And his mom will see Deku in his female form. As she would be like, oh, Izuku, you transformed to a girl? As she was somewhat confused because knowing that Deku really doesn't like transforming into a girl. As Izuku was like, yeah, I got splashed with water, but nobody saw me, so it's all good. Well, okay, sweetie, as Inko will actually start cooking dinner for him. So Deku will go take a hot shower, turn back to normal, and get dressed. Later on that night, Deku will go to sleep. Now, in his sleep, he will meet a man. Give me a moment, because it seems like I forgot to do something. I'm so sorry. He will meet Rama himself. I can find a perfect picture of him. Well, in any perp, because there's a lot of them apparently. Okay, he will see this guy right here, Rama Satome, in his dream state. As they will be like, sir, who are you? As Rama will be like, well, you're my re-Carnation. My name is Rama Satome. As Deku will be somewhat surprised, like, what are you talking about? So Rama will explain his story, how he grew old and he met God, yada yada yada. And so Deku's like, okay, cool. So why are you here? And that's when Rama will be like, well, I'm here to train you. And Deku's like, train me? What do you mean? And Rama's like, well, look, kid, I've been watching your whole life, and I'm going to teach you a few techniques that I know personally. I'm going to teach you some of my friends' techniques. I was never able to master them, but that's because I really did put that energy and time into them. But knowing you, your personality, I got a feeling that you will. As Deku that, okay, cool, so what do you need me to do? Well, and that's when I'll be like, okay, well, you already fit, you already know the decent martial arts, that's good. But I need you to get stronger. So I need you to go find perfect way to train your body more. And they go back, okay, sure. And then the next day, they will be on his computer looking up best way to build up muscles. And he'll come to a site of the beach, and he would notice the big difference of like 20 years ago, how Degula Beach was beautiful compared to a now picture with a whole lot of trash. So Deku thought, I could train there. That'd be great to build up muscles, and I'd be getting back to my community. So Deku actually head to Deku Beach and start removing all the trash and all the heavy lifting. And each night when Deku goes to sleep, Ramo will teach him two techniques. Now I'm gonna butcher the names. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to get the original name, like say the names perfectly. But I really don't promise anything. But the first one is uh, uh, shoot. I'm so sorry. I know one was Bonkai 10th Kit, and I'm gonna say the English version, the roasting chestnut on the open fire. I'm gonna try and learn the name for the next video for Mama 1.5. But okay, so let me continue. So Rama will tell him that okay, so now your body, while you're working your body, what I need you to do is um get make an open fire pit, get some chestnuts, and throw the chestnuts in there. As Deku will look at him a bit confused, asking why would I need that? And Mama will be like, this is a technique that I have learned from this old hag. As Izuku will look at him like, old hag? He was like, yes, let's just drop it. As Izuku will be like, okay, okay. And Rama will say, okay, so once you get the chestnuts in the fire, what I need you to do is reach into that fire and take all the chestnuts without being burned. And Izuku will be shocked and he'll be like, I can't do that. He's like, yes, you can. I know you can. And then the other thing I'm going to teach you is from my best friend, Ryoga. Well, we weren't friends, but we're not fully enemies, we're kind of rivals. I'm going to teach him his technique. And they go be like, well, if you don't know how to do the technique, how are you going to show me? As Rama was shown his memory to Izuku of how Ryoga does the Bankai Tenkets, breaking point technique. So for the next 6, 7 months, that's what Izuku does. He will go clean up the beach for half a day, then he will practice the shuriken, the roasting chestnut on the open fire, I'm sorry, and the Bankai Tenkets technique. On the last month, a day before the entrance exam, Izuku was able to master them, both techniques. And so Mama was so happy, Izuku. He's like, you did a good job, kid. Now go show these other students what you're made of. So Izuku will walk to the entrance and he won't be nervous, he'll be more excited and determined, and he will still end up tripping. And before he tripped, he would kind of do a handstand with one hand and do a front flip with it, landing on both his feet. Then he will look up and see a brunette girl with these blue highlights in her hair. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry, I was about to use my quirk to save you, but it seems she got it. Now, a thought had run through Deku's mind. One word, Akane. One, because the blue streaks in Burnett's hair. But he shook his head and he was like, "Oh no, no problem. I'm perfectly fine." So they will go off, and he will do the entrance exam. Now I want to say Deku will be more studious, so he'll probably get like third or fourth place in the written exam. Now when it comes to the assembly, when President Mike is explaining the 1 pointer, 2 pointer, 3 pointer, he was minding on business where Bakugo will glare at Izuku. And then Ida will stand up, being all Ida-like. And he's like, "Sir, I know there's a fourth robot, and this is a mistake. UA, this is how you're professional, yada yada yada." Ida being a total bitch, just saying. Uh, and Izuku, he really won't take it. He's like, "Yo, Four Eyes, sit the fuck down." As he, as Ida will turn around and be like, "Nani? Did this guy just cuss me out?" And he's like, "How dare you?" As he's looking back, President Mike was about to explain what this fourth robot was. If you had to stay quiet and in your seat, you would have already known. As President Mike was like, "Right on, kid. That kid is right. So sit back down, Four Eyes." As President Mike will explain to the reporter how he's just an obstacle, you should just avoid him. So, by the time the the battle begins, he sees this girl, the brunette girl with blue streaks. He's about to go talk to her, and Ida saw that, and he'll stop. Nope, nope. I'm gonna stop him. I'm gonna be a prick and stop him. As Ida will rush over and stop Izuku, he'll be like, "You should not distract that girl from her test." As Izuku was like, "I wasn't trying to distract her. I'm trying to help her. She's nervous." And Ida will be like, "I don't believe you. You're just trying to distract her. Yada 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 yada." As Izuku would just roll his eyes and just walk away. As the gate will slowly open, as President Michael be ready. 3, 2, but before President Michael say one, Izuku dashed through the gates. As everybody was shocked, especially Ida, as Ida was shout out, "Hey, that kid's cheating!" As President Mike will be like, "There's no real countdowns in battles. Follow that kid example and go, go, go!" Now, because of all his training, and the amount of training he did, when Izuku did his martial arts, he wants to use the um open chestnut on an open fire technique, which is kind of like what almost All Might did to the Nomu in the USJ attack, but more refined, I guess. And Deku is super fast, so he's knocking down 1 pointers, 2 pointers, and he wants to be getting 3 pointers. And let's say he gets around 60 points. And everybody is somewhat shocked at thinking, does he have some type of enhancement quirk? As Robo starts to shake, and Izuku will look around, and he'll notice everybody running away. Now, Izuku, that's when he will see the 0 pointer. Now, Izuku was about to run away himself, but then he heard a girl call out for help. He turned around to see the brunette girl, as his whole body just moved on its own. As the robot would see Izuku and throw his own arms trying to hit him. As Izuku would jump, climb on the robot's arm, and run on top of it, run up the robot's body and run all the way up to the robot's head as he will scream, Bankai Tenkit! As with one finger, he destroyed the whole robot's head as the robot will fall back. As Deku will run down the robot's body and land in front of the brunette girl as he will scream, Bankai Tenkit! Destroying the robot that trapped her as he will ask her, Ma'am, are you okay? She's like, my ankle sprained. As Izuku will actually pick her up, hold her bridal style, and run to Recovery Girl. And as soon as I reach Recovery Girl, that's when President Mind will be like, Test over! As Izuku was somewhat disappointing because he was hoping to get a few more points, but at the same time he wasn't fully disappointed because he was able to help somebody out. So, Izuku will walk back to home and a couple of weeks have passed and he will see his mom will rush into Izuku's room with a letter. And it was a letter from UA. As Inko asked, well, do you want to open it up with me in here or you want to open it up by yourself? And Izuku will be like, I want to do this by myself. As Inko nods and leaves the room. As he opened the envelope, a small disc would pop out. But with All Might with a big old smile, he's like, ha ha, young Midoriya! You have scored 60 villain points. And with you helping the girl, you gain another 70 hero points. Which will bring your score up to... give me one moment. My calculation's not that great. 130 points total. As Izuku will be so excited, and then to find out that he placed first in the entrance exam, and then he will actually see a video of the brunette girl asking the President Might if she gives some of her points to him, as that will gain her a few extra points, which will allow her to gain Class 1A. That's all my like. Welcome to your hero academia. I'm looking forward to see you in class one day. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it off there. This is my redo of Way of Ram and Deku's re-Carnation of Rama 1/2. I need your honest opinion. Don't hold back. Tell me what I can do better, and tell me if you actually like this or not. Um, Please don't hold back. And thank you. And I might try to post up another part 2 tomorrow. Thank you. Have a wonderful day or night.